Right, today I'm just doing a bit of work on an old hoe. It's well over 100 years old. Taken the end off, which is held on by a nail, and as you can see, it's quite a nice shaped head on it, probably blacksmith made rather than a factory made, obviously, that period. First thing to do is sand down the handle, get all the roughness off it. I'm using a aluminium oxide 240 grit, which the aluminium oxide doesn't clog and it lasts forever just about. The handle itself, I think, is a nice old piece of ash, which is coming up quite nicely. It's a beautiful shape, whoever did it. It's a nice arc on it with a bit of a bulb end, lovely and smooth. The end's been a bit butchered over the years, so I'm going to have to get that smoothed off to fit the head a little bit better, I think. Now I've finished sanding down pretty much the handle. I need now turn the attention to the fitment for the head, and that needs to be smoothed out a bit and made a better fit for the head. Over the years it's shrunk. It's the handle's like glass actually. It's so hard and seasoned. It's amazing. Anyway, we'll just get this a little bit better. And just for the time, get all the high points off and just have a trial fit of how this is going to go in. Right. There we go. Yeah. It's a bit better, but we'll fiddle around with this until we get a nice perfect fit. Right, that's finished that smoothing out process, and I think now the head should fit on quite nicely if we just get it round the right way, which is in line with the arc of the handle. Way a little bit more. There we go. And there we go. Nice snug fit. Once we come to fit it properly, we'll get a good knock back so it's really, really tight. But for now, that's fine. Just a little bit off there, I think, before we finish for the moment. Make sure it's kept in the round. Now we'll see. Yeah, pretty good. Right, that's good. Right, so the first thing I think we'll do is just have a look to see if it needs any work, actual straightening or whatever, which it doesn't. Perhaps if you can see the blade's quite square there and worn away there, which is obviously it's the way it's been used over its lifetime, so I won't be altering that. It's part of its history. I might put a edge on there though, just to sharpen it a bit. But the first thing we need to do is give it a good wire brush, get all the loose bits of rust and earth and everything off it, and then see where we go from there. Okay, let's give it a good old scrub off with a wire brush by hand, and I'm going to leave it like that, because although a lot of people might want to take it back even further with a electric wire wheel brush to get it all nice and shiny, I think that really destroys the history of the thing. After all, it's 120 years old. It looks old, that's part of its history. So why try and make it look like brand new? So for me, that's absolutely perfect. The interesting construction on this, this has been made, the handle part, out of one solid piece of bar, and then split down the middle and beaten around a small spike on an anvil to get the shape. On the blade side, you can see the tines coming down here. They've been split, and then the spring steel blade put in and riveted in, which, if in the course of time your blade wears out or breaks, you just drill out the rivets or punch the rivets out and put a new blade in, which is quite handy in its day, or any time really. So I'm just going to put an edge on the blade now, so it'll be nice and usable. I shall put an edge on this rounded section, but not on the side of the on-worn right angle. Now I need a stone, which is here somewhere, in amongst all the paraphernalia.
Ready.
Okay, tea's ready, so I'll just do this quickly for the first little bit. And we'll finish it off after I have my tea. Well, there we are. Tea was very nice. So, let's get back to this. Sharpening. Bit of oil. No need to get it like a knife edge. Just bit of a bevel will do, and then just flatten it off. So if you have it too sharp, it'll just crack the edge when you hit a stone, but that's just right. Good. And now we'll just run some oil over it, and that will do, I think. Give it a bit of a soak. With a tool that you use, rather, this is all you really need to do, is just keep oiling it. If it was for show, then I would, or display, I would just put wax on it, and then that would preserve it. But for a working tool, you can't beat a coat of oil. Thin oil. Not great thick old gubbins from an engine. Inside. One good thing about these tools is they're wrought iron, not steel, so they don't rust quite so much as modern steel by a long shot. Anyway, that's done. Okay, right, the edge has been put on, so let's put the old girl together again. Let's see which way round she goes. That way. See which way catches her best. Yep, that's good. Give her a tap to seat her. Piece of wood on the floor and a good sharp whack. Perfect. Look at that. Excellent job. One more for luck. If you're doing that, always put a softer piece of wood on the ground than your handle, and then the handle will survive and the piece of wood will come off very dented. Right, now pins for the ferrule. Let me have a look in my little magic drawers. Must have a tidy up soon. Right, so odds and ends. What have we got there? We'll do the trick. Right. Should do the trick. Hopefully. And then, right, let's try her again. It's feeling better. Getting down to it, and there she is. Good. Turn her over. Okay. Bit more candle wax. You'll notice I'm using brass screws, which won't rust, so if we ever need to take them out, hopefully should be a lot easier than rusted steel ones. Now that's still a little bit tight, so I'll just put it through again. There we go. Nice and tight. Spin him over. Just put that one in a little way. Give it a little bit of wax. Quite tight, but I think it'll get there. There we go. The thing is with brass screws, you've got to be very careful. They don't break, because they're not quite as strong as good steel screws. Okay, that's done. Pretty good. Okay, deck's all cleared now for the last thing to do, which is give the handle a good going over with oiled linseed oil. There we go. This one. Whoop! Bugger. There we go. Nice bit on the rag now. Okay, so there we go. Let it soak it all in. Guess this handle's pretty dry, so it should take quite a few coats. Come up to a nice smooth shine and feel beautiful to the touch. There we go. It's been soaking now for a day, and it's all been absorbed into the wood with the heat and the sun and the oil. It's turned a lovely nut brown colour, which is nice. The last thing to do to it, which I will do now, is to apply a coat of wax. give it that final coat of protection. Screwdriver. I'll put it on with a bit of tissue. Nice liberal coating. There we go. Get a final rub down. A gentle polish down through, not too hard. You don't want to take all the wax off. You just want to give it a nice smooth coat and a bit of a sheen. Change over the rag surface. Beautiful. There she goes. All done for another 100 years of work in the garden.